안녕하십니까. 2026년 4월 17일 금요일 오전 4시 52분입니다. 강연TV를 시작하겠습니다. 이번 시간은 구약성경을 읽어보겠습니다. 역대하 15장 1절부터 영어 성경으로 읽어보겠습니다. And the Spirit of God came upon Azariah, the son of Oded. And he went out to meet Asa and said unto him, Hear ye me, Asa, and all Judah, and Benjamin, the Lord is with you while ye be with him, and if ye seek him, he will be found of you, but if ye forsake him, he will forsake you. Now for a long season, Israel has been without the true God and without teaching priests and without the law. But when they in their trouble did turn unto the Lord God of Israel and sought him, he was found of them. And in those times there was no peace to him that went out, nor to him that came in, but great vexation. Whereupon all the inhabitants of the countries and the nation was destroyed of a nation, and the city of a city, for God did vex them with all adversity. Be ye strong, therefore, and let not your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded. And when Asa heard these words and the prophecy of Oded the prophet, he took courage and put away the abominable idols out of all the land of Judah and Benjamin, and out of the cities which he had taken from Mount Ephraim, and renewed the altar of the Lord that was before the porch of the Lord. And he gathered all Judah and Benjamin and the strangers with them out of Ephraim and Manasseh and out of Shimon, for they fell to him out of Israel in abundance, when they saw that the Lord his God was with him. So they gathered themselves together at Jerusalem in the third month, in the 15th year of the reign of Asa. And they offered unto the Lord at the same time of the spoil which they had brought, 700 oxen and 700 sheep. And they entered into a covenant to seek the Lord God of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul. that whosoever would not seek the Lord God of Israel should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. And they swear unto the Lord with a loud voice and with shouting and with trumpets and with cornets. And all Judah rejoiced at the oath, for they had sworn with all their heart, and sought him with their whole desire, and he was found them of them, and the Lord gave them rest round about. And also concerning Maaga, the mother of Asa, the king, he removed her from being a king because she had made an idol in Gureba, and Asa cut down her idol and stamped it and burnt it at the brook Kidron. But the high places we are not taken away out of Israel. Nevertheless, the heart of Asa was perfect all his days. And he brought into the house of God the things that his father had dedicated, and that he himself had dedicated silver and gold and vessels. And there was no more war until the 35th year of the reign of Asa. In the 6th and 30th year of the reign of Asa, Baasa, king of Israel, came up against Judah and built Ramah to the intent that he might let none go out or come in to Asa, king of Judah. Then Asa brought out silver and gold out of the treasures of the house of the Lord and of the king's house, and sent to Ben-Hadad, the king of Syria, that dwelt at Damascus, saying, there is a league between me and thee, as there was between my father and thy father. Behold, I have sent thee silver and gold. Go, break thy league with Baasa, king of Israel, that he may depart from me. And Ben-Hadad hearkened unto King Asa, and sent the captains of his armies against the cities of Israel, and they smote Ion and Dan and Belmaim and all the store cities of Naphtali. And it came to pass when Baasa heard it that he left off building Ramah and let his work cease. Then Asa the king took all Judah, and they carried away the stones of Ramah and the timber thereof, wherewith Baasa was building, and he built there with Geba and Mizpah. And at that time, Hanani the seer came to Asa, king of Judah, and said unto him, because thou hast relied on the king of Syria, and not relied on the Lord thy God, therefore is the host of the king of Syria escaped out of the kingdom. Well, not the Ethiopians and the Lubims of huge host with very many chariots and horsemen. Yet because Doridas rely on the holy, he delivered them into the kingdom. For the eyes of the Lord learn to and flow throughout the whole earth to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward him. Herein thou hast done foolishly, therefore from hence forth thou shalt have words. Then Asa was lost with the shield and put him in prison. So for he was in race with him because of this thing, and Asa oppressed some of the people at the same time. And behold, the acts of Asa, first and the rest law, they are written in the book of the kings of Judah and Israel. And Asa in the 39th year of his reign was deceased in his victor until his decease was exceeding greater, yet in his decease he sought not to the Lord, but to the physicians. And Asa slept with his fathers and died in the 140th year of his reign. And they buried him in his own sepulchre, which he had made for himself in the city of David, and laid him in the bed which was filled with sweet odors, and the birds kind of spices prepared by the about sea carries altar, and they made a very great burning for him. And Jehoshaphat his son reigned in his stead, and strengthened himself against Israel. And he praised for so in all defense of the cities of Judah, and said, Garrison so in the land of Judah, and in the cities of Ephraim, which Asa his father had taken. And the Lord was with Jehoshaphat because he worked in the first way of his father David, and sought not unto Baalim, but sought to the Lord God of his father, and worked in his commandments, and not after the doings of Israel. Therefore the Lord established the kingdom in his hand, and all Judah brought to Jehoshaphat present, and he had riches and honor in abundance, and his heart was lifted up in the ways of Lord. Moreover, he took away the high places and groves out of Judah. Also, in the third year of his reign, he sent to his princes, even to Ben-Hail and to Obadiah, and to Zechariah, and to Nathaniel, and to Micaiah, to teach in the cities of Judah. And with them he sent Reba, each 7 Shemai, 7 even Shemaiah, and Nodaniah, and Sabadiah, and Asahel, and Semi-Ramot, and Yehonadan, and Adoniah, and Tobiah, and Tobadoniah, Levites, and with them Elisama, and Jehoram, priests. And they sought in Judah, and had the book of the law of the Lord with them, and went about throughout all the cities of Judah, and sought the people, and the fear of the Lord fell upon all the kingdoms of the land that were round about Judah, so that they made no war against Jehoshaphat. Also, some of the Philistines brought Jehoshaphat present, and 3 built silver, and the Arabians brought him plus 7,700 lambs, and 7,700 he goats. And Jehoshaphat waxed great exceedingly, and he built in Judah castles and cities of store. And he had much business in the cities of Judah, and the men of war, mighty men of Peter, were in Jerusalem, and these are the numbers of them according to the house of their fathers of Judah, the captains of thousands, Adonai, the chief, and with him a mighty man of Peter 300,000. And the next to him was Yehohanan, the captain, and with him 204,000. And the next to him was Masha, the son of Sikri, who willingly opposed himself unto Jordan, and with him 200,000 mighty men of Bader, and of Benjamin Eliada, a mighty man of Bader, and with him armed men with bow and shield 200,000. And the next to him was Jehoshaphat, and with him 104,000 already prepared for the war. These waited on the king beside whom the king put in the fenced cities throughout all Judah. Now Jehoshaphat had riches and honor in abundance, and so in the affinity with Ahab, and after 13 years, he went down to Ahab to Samaria, and Ahab killed sheep and oxen for him in abundance, and for the people that he had with him, and persuaded him to go up with him to Ramoth Gilead. And Ahab, king of Israel, said unto Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, wilt thou go with me to Ramoth Gilead? And he answered him, I am as thou art, and my people as thy people, and we will be with thee in the world. And Jehoshaphat said unto the king of Israel, Inquire, I pray thee, at the word of the Lord today. Therefore, the king of Israel gathered together of prophets 400 men, and said unto them, Shall we go to Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall I forbear? And they said, Go up, for God will deliver it into the king's hand. But Jehoshaphat said, Is there not here a prophet of the Lord besides that we might inquire about him? And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, There is yet one man by whom we may inquire of the Lord, but I hate him, for he never prophesied good unto me, but always evil. The same is Micaiah, the son of Imlah. And Jehoshaphat said, Let not the king say so. And the king of Israel called for one of his officers and said, Fetch quickly Micaiah, the son of Imlah. And the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, said, eight of them on his throne crossed in their robes, and they said in opposite place at the entering in of the gate of Samaria, and all the prophesied before them, and Shidkiah, the son of Kenana, had made him horns of iron, and said, Thus says the Lord, with these thou shalt push Syria until they be consumed. And all the prophets prophesied so, saying, Go up to Ramoth Gilead and prosper, for the Lord shall deliver it into the hand of the king. And the messenger that went to call Micaiah spake to him, saying, Will the words of the prophets declare good to the king with one assent? Let thy word, therefore, I pray thee, be like one of theirs, and speak thou good. And Micaiah said, As the Lord lives, even what my God says, that will I speak. And when he was come to the king said unto him, Micaiah, shall we go to Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall I forbear? And he said, Go ye up and prosper, and they shall be delivered into your hand. And the king said to him, How many times shall I adjure thee that thou say nothing but the truth to me in the name of the Lord? Then he said, I did see all Israel scattered upon the mountains, the sheep that have no shepherd. And the Lord said, These have no master, let them return, therefore every man to his house in peace. And the king of Israel said to Jehoshaphat, Did I not tell thee that he would not prophesy good unto me, but evil? Again, he said, Therefore, here at the word of the Lord, I saw the Lord sitting upon his throne, and all the host of heaven standing on his right hand and on his left. And the Lord said, Who shall entice Ahab, king of Israel, that he may go up and for at Ramoth Gilead? And one spake, saying, After this manner, and another saying, After that manner. Then there came out a spirit and stood before the Lord, and said, I will entice him. And the Lord said unto him, Whither? And he said, I will go out and be lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And the Lord said, Thou shalt entice him, and thou shalt also prevail, go out and do even so. Now therefore, behold, the Lord has put a lying spirit in the mouth of these thy prophets, and the Lord has spoken a bill against thee. Then Zedekiah, the son of Kenaanah, came near and smote Micaiah upon the cheek, and said, Which way went the spirit of the Lord from me to speak unto thee? And Micaiah said, Behold, thou shalt see on that day when thou shalt go into an inner chamber to hide thyself. Then the king of Israel said, Take Micaiah and carry him back to Ammon, the governor of the city, and to Joas, the king's son, and said, Thus says the king, Put this fellow in the prison and feed him with bread of affliction and with water of affliction until I return in peace. And then Micaiah said, If thou certainly written in peace, then has not the Lord spoken by me? And he said, Hearken, all ye people. So the king of Israel and Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, went up to Ramoth Gilead, and the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, I will disguise myself and will go to the battle, but put thou on thy robes. So the king of Israel disguised himself, and they went to the battle. Now the king of Syria had commanded the captains of the carry also that we are with him, saying, fight ye not with small or greater, save only with the king of Israel. And it came to pass when the captains of the carry also saw Jehoshaphat that they said, it is the king of Israel. Therefore, they compassed about him to fight. But Jehoshaphat cried out, and the Lord helped him, and God moved them to depart from him. For it came to pass that when the captains of the carry also perceived that it was not the king of Israel, they turned back again from pursuing him. And certain men drew a bow at a venture and smote the king of Israel between the joints of the harness. Therefore he said to his carrier man, turn thine hand that thou mayest carry me out of the host, for I am wounded. And the battle increased that day, how Peter the king of Israel stayed himself up in his chariot against the Syrians until the even, and about the time of the sun going down, he died. And Jehoshaphat the king of Judah returned to his house in peace to Jerusalem, and Yehu the son of Hanani, the seer, went out to meet him and said to King Jehoshaphat, should this do help the ungodly and rob them that hate the Lord? Therefore is rest upon thee from before the Lord. Nevertheless, there are good things found in thee, in that thou hast taken away the groves out of the land, and hast prepared thine heart to seek God. And Jehoshaphat dwelt at Jerusalem, and he went out again through the people from Beer-sheba to Mount Ephraim, and brought them back in unto the Lord God of their fathers. And he set also these in hand throughout all the pens of the cities of Judah, city by city. And said to these, take heed what ye do, for ye is not for men, but for the Lord who is with you in the judgment. Wherefore now let the fear of the Lord be upon you. Take heed and do it, for there is no iniquity with the Lord our God, nor respect of persons, nor taking of gifts. Moreover, in Jerusalem did Jehoshaphat said of the Rabbi Icha and of the priests and of the chief of the fathers of Israel for the judgments of the Lord and for controversies when they returned to Jerusalem. And he charged them, saying, thus shall ye do in the fear of truth, peaceable, and with a perfect heart. And what cause soever shall come to you of your brethren that dwell in their cities between brother and brother, between law and commandment, say teacher and such men, so ye shall even warn them that they trespass not against through the end, so rest come upon you and upon your brethren this too, and ye shall not trespass. And behold, Maria, the chief priest, is over you in all matters of truth, and Sabadia, the son of Ismail, the ruler of the house of Judah, of all the king's masters, also the Levites shall be officials before you, deal courageously, and the Lord shall be with the good. It came to pass after his after this also that the children of Moab and the children of Ammon and with them other besides the Ammonites came against Jehoshaphat to battle. Then there came some that told Jehoshaphat, saying, there comes a great multitude against thee from beyond the sea on this side Syria, and behold, they be Hasason Tamar, which is En Gedi. And Jehoshaphat appeared and set himself to seek the road and proclaimed peace throughout all Judah. And Judah gathered themselves together to ask help of the Lord. Even out of all the cities of Judah, they came to seek the Lord. And Jehoshaphat stood in the congregation of Judah and Jerusalem in the house of the Lord before the new court, and said, O Lord God of our fathers, art not thou God in heaven, and rule not thou over all the kingdoms of the heathen, and in thine hand is there are not power and might, so that none is able to withstand thee. Art not at all our God, who didst drive out the inhabitants of his distant people, thy people Israel, and gavest it to the seed of Abraham, thy friend forever. And they dwelt therein, and have built thee sanctuary therein for thy name, saying, if when a bill comes upon us as the sword judgment or pestilence or for mine, we stand before this house and in thy presence. For thy name is in this house, and cry unto thee in our affliction, then thou wilt hear and help. And now behold, the children of Ammon and Moab and Mount Seir, whom thou didst not let Israel invade when they came out of the land of Egypt, but they turned from them and destroyed them not. Behold, I say, how they reward us to come to cast us out of thy possession, which thou hast given us to inherit. O our God, wilt thou not judge them? For we have no might against this great company that comes against us, neither know we what to do, but our eyes are upon thee. And thou leadest us to the before the road with their little ones, their evil and their children. Then upon Yahaziel the son of Zechariah, the son of Naya, the son of Yoel, the son of Mataniah, Levites of the sons of Asaph, came the spirit of the Lord in the midst of the congregation. And he said, Hear ye, all Judah and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, and thou King Jehoshaphat, thus says the Lord unto you, be not afraid, nor dismayed, be reason of this great multitude, for the battle is not yours, but God's. Tomorrow go ye down against them, behold, they come up by the cliff of Seesaw, and ye shall find them at the end of the brook before the wilderness of Yeruel. Ye shall not need to fight in this battle, said yourselves, stand ye still, and see the salvation of the Lord with you, O Judah and Jerusalem. Fear not, nor be dismayed. Tomorrow go out against them, for the Lord will be with you. And Jehoshaphat bowed his head with his face to the ground, and all Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem fell before the Lord, worshiping the Lord. And thereby each of the children of the Kohathite, and of the children of the Kohathite, stood up to praise the Lord God of Israel with a loud voice on high. And they rose early in the morning and went forth into the wilderness of the Goa, and as they went forth, Jehoshaphat stood and said, Hear me, O Judah, and ye inhabitants of Jerusalem, believe in the Lord your God, so shall ye be established. Believe his prophets, so shall ye prosper. And when he had consulted with the people, he appointed the singles unto the Lord, and that should praise the beauty of holiness as they went out before the army, and to say, Praise the Lord, for his mercy endures forever. And when they began to sing and to praise, the Lord said, ambush mentioned against the children of Ammon, Moab, and Mount Seir, which will come against Judah, and they will smitten. For the children of Ammon and Moab stood up against the inhabitants of Mount Seir, utterly to slay and destroy them. And when they had had made an end of the inhabitants of Seir. Everyone helped to destroy another. And when Judah came to the watch tower in the wilderness, they looked upon the multitude, and behold, they were dead bodies fallen to the earth, and none is kept. And when Jehoshaphat and his people came to take away the spoil of them, they found among them in abundance both riches with the dead bodies and precious jewels, which they stripped off for themselves more than they could carry away. And they were 3 days in gathering of the spoil. It was so much. And on the fourth day, they assembled themselves in the valley of Beraga for their they blessed the Lord. Therefore, the name of the same place was called the valley of Beraga unto this day. Then they returned, every man of Judah and Jerusalem, and Jehoshaphat in the forefront of them to go again to Jerusalem with joy, for the Lord had made them to rejoice over their enemies. And they came to Jerusalem with swords and harps and trumpets unto the house of the Lord. And the fear of God was on all the kingdoms about those countries when they had heard that the Lord fought against the enemies of Israel. So the alarm of Jehoshaphat was quiet, for his God gave him rest round about. And Jehoshaphat reigned over Judah. He was 35 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 25 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Ahasuba, the daughter of Silhi. And he worked in the way of Asa his father, and departed not from it, doing that which was right in the sight of the Lord. Howbeit the high places were not taken away, for as yet the people had not prepared their hearts unto the God of their fathers. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoshaphat, present the rest, behold, they are written in the book of Jehu, the son of Hanani, who is mentioned in the book of the kings of Israel. And after this did Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, join himself with Ahasha, king of Israel, who did very wickedly. And he joined himself with him to make a ship so to go to Tarshish, and they made the ship in on Gebel. Then Eliezer, the son of Tobiah of 말에서 prophesied against Jehoshaphat, saying, because thou hast joined thy shepherd with Ahasha, the Lord has broken thy workers, and the ships were broken, that they were not able to go to Tarshish. Now Jehoshaphat slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David, and Jehoram, his son, reigned in his stead. And he had brethren, the sons of Jehoshaphat, Asariah, and Jehiel, and Zechariah, and Asariah, and Mikael, and Zebadiah. All these were the sons of Jehoshaphat, king of Israel. And their father gave them great gifts of silver and of gold and of precious things which fenced the cities in Judah. But the kingdom gave he to Jehoram, because he was the first one. Now when Jehoram was risen up to the kingdom of his father, he strengthened himself and slew all his brethren with the sword, and thy birth also of the princes of Israel. Joram was 32 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 8 years in Jerusalem. And he worked in the way of the kings of Israel, like as did the house of Ahab, for he had the daughter of Ahab to wife, and he wrote that which was evil in the eyes of the Lord. Howbeit the Lord would not destroy the house of David, because of the covenant that he had made with David, and as he promised to give right to him and to his sons forever. In his days, the Edomite revolted from under the dominion of Judah and made themselves king. Then Jehoram went forth with his princes and all his chariots with him, and he rose up by night and smote the Edomites which compassed him in, and the captains of the chariots. So the Edomites revolted from under the hand of Judah unto this day. At the same time also did Limnah revolt from under his hand, because he had forsaken the Lord God of his fathers. Moreover, he made high places in the mountains of Judah, and caused the inhabitants of Jerusalem to commit fornication, and compelled Judah thereto. And there came writing to him from Eliah the prophet, saying, thus says the Lord God of David thy father, because thou hast not worked in the ways of Jehoshaphat thy father, nor in the ways of Asa king of Judah, but hast worked in the way of the kings of Israel, and hast made Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem to go whoring, like to the whore of the house of Ahab, and also has slain thy brethren of thy father's house, which were better than thyself. Build with a great plague with will the Lord smite thy people and thy children and thy waves and all the goods, and thou shalt have great sickness by the siege of thy bowels until the bowels fall out by reason of the sickness day by day. Moreover, the Lord stirred up against Jehoram the spirit of the Philistines and of the Arabians that were near the Ethiopians, and they came up into Judah and broke into it and carried away all the substance that was found in the king's house, and his sons also, and his waves, so that there was never a son left him save Ahaz, the youngest of his sons. And after all this, the Lord smote him in his bowels with an incurable decision, and it came to pass that in process of time, after the end of 2 years, his bowels fell out by reason of his sickness, so he died of sore diseases, and his people made no burning for him, like the burning of his father's son. 32 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned in Jerusalem 8 years, and departed with being desired. Howbeit they buried him in the city of David, but not in the sepulchre of the king's son. And the inhabitants of Jerusalem made Ahaziah king, youngest son king, in his stead. For the band of men they came with the Arabians to the camp had slain all the eldest. So Ahaziah the son of Jehoram king of Judah reigned. 역대하 22장 1절까지 읽어보았습니다. 22장 뒤의 내용은 다음 시간에 계속해서 읽어보겠습니다. 시청해주셔서 감사합니다. 안녕히 계십시오.